Hello, it's Jackie from Room 213. I created this membership for you so you can organize, plan, and deliver a reading workshop in your secondary classroom. You're going to get access to all of the mini lessons and activities that you will need to keep your students engaged and learning. The Choice Reading membership will give you access to tips and strategies for planning and organization, pacing guides, mini lessons, exercises, and collaborative activities. Loads of resources for skill building, new bundles of lessons and activities added every month, options for face-to-face and digital learning, and a community of other teachers who are using the same resources, including me. We will learn from and support each other as we deliver our workshops to our students. Let me give you a tour. We'll start at the beginning. If you're new to workshop, I'd like you to start here because I have some tips to get you started. I show you how to stock your library, map out your workshop, and I even provide you a video of a mini lesson so you can see what it looks like in a real classroom. If you've already taken my workshop mini course, there's no need to check out this section, unless you need a refresher. In this section, I provide answers to all of the questions that I often get about workshop. These are just a few of them. And as you move through this process and have more questions, I will keep trying to answer them. The planning and pacing section is going to be a popular one, I'm sure, and for good reason. It has ideas for helping you map out your workshop, as well as specific lesson plans that you can use to run your reading workshop or independent reading unit. You'll find multiple lesson plans for the introductory phase of your workshop. One where you will establish your routines and introduce author craft and the elements of fiction. You know what? There are enough lessons in here to keep you going for 2 to 6 weeks, depending on the length of your class or how much depth you want to get into. These introductory lessons have pacing guides and optional activities for both face-to-face and at-home learning. There are also lesson plans for the deeper dive section of the membership, where you'll take a more in-depth look at the elements of fiction. And every month you'll get a new bundle of lesson plans to add to your collection. Around the first of every month, from August until June, I will add a new bundle of mini lessons, exercises, and activities to the membership. These will explore thematic or seasonal ideas and will include lessons for building vocabulary and teaching grammar. The next section gives you guidance for assessment, including conferencing. You will get an overview of both of these, as well as suggestions for using reading notebooks and the multi-genre project. I know many of you struggle with the idea of conferencing, so you'll get classroom management tips, guides for running and assessing your conferences, and scripts so you can see how they actually work in real life. This section is just chock full of goodness. The first section gives you lessons for establishing the routines and expectations of your workshop. You will help students choose books and set goals that will help them build their reading stamina. Then you'll give them lessons on how to be an active reader and how to respond to text. You can see what the download section looks like here. Each of these downloads come in PDF format, but you'll also be able to access the links to Google Drive. Each section has handouts and slideshows that you can use to teach your mini lessons and to get the students working independently and collaboratively. And you'll be given access to the links for the documents on Google Drive so you can edit and share them with your students if you're doing online or hybrid learning. Section 2 provides you with the lessons you will need to introduce the elements of fiction and get your students analyzing and talking about their books. Let's look at the section on setting. Again, you can see what it looks like when you go in. You see the download section, and you get 2 slideshows, one with an overview and one that focuses on setting and atmosphere. Each, of course, comes with student handouts and ideas for individual and collaborative activities. Finally, the third section in this unit introduces author craft. These lessons will take a quick look at how authors use language to create meaning, something that you'll go more deeply into as the term goes on. The final lessons in this section help students pull it all together so they look at word choice, imagery, figurative language, and how it all works together with lots of exercises and collaborative activities. After the introductory part of your workshop, you can start to take some deeper dives, and the activities in this section will help you do just that. As you can see, there is lots of variety in here for you to choose from. Let's take a look at characterization. In this section, you're going to find 6 different selections for exercises and activities that take a deep dive into characterization. The first one takes a very close look at the various ways that authors create character, and then the other selections provide you with multiple exercises, activities, and assessments that you can use to ensure your students understand and can create character. This section takes a closer look at theme and provides you with several activities that help your students understand their author's messages. In the next section, you will take a more in-depth look at how writers use language for effect. I'll provide you with all kinds of mentor texts that you can use for your mini lessons. This section, the how-to section, is full of lessons you can use for skill building. You'll need to take some time to go through them all to figure out where they'll fit into your workshop, but once you do, I provide you with procedures for using each resource. Next up is nonfiction. The nonfiction section provides you with lots of mentor texts and lessons that you can use for this genre, including one of my favorites, the Exploring Issues in Informational Text line of resources, where you'll get activities you can use for these topics: anxiety and stress, climate change, cyberbullying, plastics in our oceans, screen time, the snowflake generation, and vaping and juuling. Highly engaging topics for teenagers. Finally, we have the section that's full of strategies and activities that you can build into your workshop. It starts off with a whole bunch of digital choice boards. These are perfect for online learning as they focus on skill building in a highly engaging format. You'll find boards for reading, writing, and even speaking and listening. This section has a variety of in-depth writing lessons that you can choose from. You'll find selections for the personal narrative and the expository and persuasive essay, as well as ideas for linking creative writing to the text the students read. There's also a writer's notebook and writing challenges that can be used in class or at home. This section gives you options to get the kids talking about their books. Both have ideas for making this happen online too. And as a reminder, around the first of every month, you will get a bundle of surprises added to the membership. This is a sneak look at what will be added in August, another whole unit of lessons, and you'll get one of these every month. So if you'd like to join us and get access to all of the resources that you will need to run a highly effective workshop, we'd love to have you join.